Because of COVID-19, the RSGB are making their 2020 convention online, and with me is the new convention chairman, David Bondy, G4NRT. So David, this year was probably not quite what you were expecting when you took on this new role.
Well, you're absolutely right there, David. We start the planning for the convention at the start of the calendar year. So when we started in January, we really expected we would have just a normal convention, which we have every year. We'd have a number of streams. It would all be held in one place, and we would combine it with the AMSAT UK colloquium. And I think probably the first inkling we got of something being amiss was when the government took over the Kents Hill Conference Centre as being the first quarantine centre for the pandemic. So then we had to really try to make a decision. Should we press on with planning for an on-site convention? Should we cancel completely, or should we try to do something online? And we delayed the decision as late as we could. And in July, once the first lockdown had finished, we made the decision really that we had to go for an online one, and that's entirely what we have done.
Okay, so how does an online convention actually work?
Well, it works in much the same way as the Tonight at 8 sessions. We're going to live stream the whole event on YouTube, and we're not going to be using the BATC stream, just the YouTube streams, and live stream it that way.
Okay, so can you tell us about the format of the day?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Well, we're going to start with our keynote speaker, who's going to be introduced by Dave Wilson, the RSGB president. And our keynote speaker is Eric Swartz, who is the Chief Operating Officer for Ellercraft. And he's going to talk to us about the 22-year adventure at Ellercraft and all that they've achieved. And of course, hopefully, reveal a little bit more to us about the new Ellercraft K4. Then after Eric's keynote speech, we're going to split into two separate streams, which will run concurrently. The first one is called An Introduction To, and is really directed towards the many new entrants to amateur radio, as well as to those returning to the hobby after perhaps, maybe a number of years. We've seen a huge surge in interest in the hobby during the last few months, and we thought that putting a stream together to cater for the new members would be of benefit to them. The other stream is more technical, and we're calling that one Learn More About. And we'd expect that the more experienced amateur will probably want to watch those live sessions. We think that there's something for everybody in the programme, which is available in full in Radcom and also on the convention pages of the RSGB website. Okay, so some talks will be given live, and we have a mixture of experienced old speakers from previous conventions and a number of those who are coming and speaking to us for the very first time. Some talks will be pre-recorded, and we'll cut those to a live question and answer session with the speaker for the last 10 or 15 minutes of the session.
So every one of them is going to be live and people will be able to interact. But the convention is normally a two-day event, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And as you know, we have a one-day event on the Saturday. And I'm very pleased to say that the AMSAT UK colloquium is taking place the next day. That's also going to be an online event. And so, although our event is only one day, there's a whole weekend of amateur radio for people to look forward to.
Excellent. Okay. So have you found then there are any advantages with holding it online?
Well, yes, indeed. I mean, I would say the principal one is we are in no way limited to where our speakers are coming from. So our keynote speaker, Eric Swartz, who is the co-founder of Ellercraft, as I mentioned, he's speaking to us live from California. Another speaker, Bruce P., who is the founder of the excellent Dit FM podcast, will be talking to us about improving your CW live from his home in Chicago. We have another speaker speaking to us from Denmark, plus speakers from Scotland and all over the UK. So we're able to make use of the technology available to us and therefore widen the scope of the where the speakers are coming from. We're also planning to bring in the RSGB National Radio Centre at Bletchley Park on a live feed at various times during the day, and we'll be reporting the frequencies that they're using live using social media.
Wow, it all sounds really interesting. So how do people register, and how much does the convention cost to attend?
Well, the good news is there is no requirement to register in advance. The event is open to everyone, whether they are RSGB members or not. And best of all, the event is totally free. And we think it's incredibly important to support our existing and new radio amateurs at this time. Likewise, the AMSAT colloquium the following day is also open to everyone, members or non-members, and is also going to be totally free.
But what would happen if I want to see two sessions on at the same time? Will any be repeated?
Well, we're not planning to actually repeat any of the sessions, but we are going to have videos of the whole event and of the individual lectures, which will be put up onto the RSGB website and onto YouTube, probably much more quickly than has happened in previous conventions. So we'll put those all online a very few days after the event. So you will be able to view them, the things you've missed, within a few days of the convention.
Well, it sounds fantastic, David. So does this mean, do you think that future conventions will also be online?
No, not at all. We really hope this is a one-off, and we fully expect to revert to our normal convention format, hopefully still in Milton Keynes in 2021, so people can still enjoy the element of meeting together at the event, of the gala dinner, of the special interest groups, and of all the other things that go with the RSGB convention, apart from just the lectures.
All right, well, I'm really looking forward to it. Just tell us again what the date is.
Yes, it is Saturday, the 10th of October. Our keynote address will be starting at 9 o'clock, so introduced by Dave Wilson at 8:45. And we have a full programme of lectures right through the day, finishing at 5 p.m. And the details are on the RSGB website at www.rsgb.org/convention.
That was David Bondy, G4NRT, giving us an insight into this year's online convention, which, as he said, is on Saturday, the 10th of October. And you can find out more by visiting www.rsgb.org/convention.